Example 1 asks us to solve and justify by first using the distributive property. There's a couple different ways that you could solve these, but we are asked to use the distributive property, so we'll try to do that here. Remember, when you're working on one side of an equal sign, like the left side here, -2, then in parentheses x minus 5, that's just an expression. So anything you can do with an expression, you can do on one side of the equal sign. We wouldn't want to distribute this -2 across the equal sign. The -2 just needs to be applied to these two terms on the inside. I'll separate those two terms for you, maybe that helps you. So we've got -2 times x, which is -2x, and then -2 times -5, which is +10. Make sure that you keep the sign to the left of the term with that term, and then we have a negative times a negative to be a positive there. Focus on your sign, and then you can just do the 2 times 5. We want to justify this as well. So here will be our justification. And what we did here is the distributive property. The next step would be to subtract 10 from both sides. We'll have -2x is equal to 36. So we could write subtract 10 from each side. And this is also the subtraction property of equality. We could divide by -2 here. And x will be -18. Remember, this 36 is positive. When we take a positive divided by a negative, we get a negative. What we did to each side was divide by 2. And we'll just say on each side. This is also the division property of equality. Let's solve b together. We'll switch to a different marker here, so this might be a little bit better for you and make sense so you can see it. We could divide by 2 here. That would work, but we are asked to use the distributive property, so we'll try to keep with that. And then we're going to justify here as well. So we've got 2 times p, which is 2p. Remember, this is a +2, so positive times a negative is a negative. And we've got 2 times 3, which is 6. Our justification will go here on the right. Justification, there we go. And so for our justification, we'll have distributive property here for the first one. And then we'll add 6 to each side, and then divide by 2. So p will be equal to 6. From this line to this line, we added 6 to both sides. And then here from this step to this step, we divided by 2 on each side. You can also substitute these values, and we kind of forgot to do that for the other one, back in to make sure that we've got the right value for x. If we checked our work here, -18 minus 5 is -23. And then we have -2 times -23, which is indeed 46. Here with this one, 6 minus 3 is 3, and then 2 times 3 would be 6. So you could just substitute the 6 back in for p, and as long as you get the left side to be equal to the right side, you're good to go.